I'm an obsessive person when it comes to first inversions, just in general. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, me too.
I actually had a moment this weekend where I just had done some orchestrations for somebody's album. We were at a listening party, and he started to say he really likes when the third's on the bottom, and I flipped out at the party, and everybody was laughing at me because I got really excited. What's up, composers? Zach Heyde here, and today we're doing another chat with Mattia Chiappa, my good friend, who is an amazing composer and orchestrator. I highly recommend you check out his channel if you haven't already. In this video, we're chatting about music and just kind of geeking out. It's a little bit more informal than the last one, so hope you enjoy it. If you do, leave a like at the end of the video, and be sure to subscribe for more content. I got really excited.
Yeah, man, like it's very addictive. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to detox a little bit because
Yeah.
I'm literally, there was a time when I wasn't using any minor chords at all. Every minor chord for me, it would be literally some kind of major chord in second inversion. Like for example, in the key of C, I would do C major, and then rather than doing E minor, I would do C over E. And then F,
instead of
major,
E minor,
and
yeah.
then this, rather than doing A minor, I would do F major 9 over A.
Is that?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So these kind of things, right?
Yeah. Are you a major 5 or a minor 5 person?
Major 5 or minor 5 person?
In minor keys, sorry. In a minor key, are you a leading tone 7 or a flat 7?
I use both actually. It's beautiful. Yeah. It depends on where you're coming from. If like, let's say I'm in like C minor. Let's say I'm in C minor. I would do stuff like this. So basically, like A flat major going to G minor over B flat, but again, it's a minor chord over the third. So
dude,
it's a true addiction.
Am the same though. I am the same because I'll do I would probably do I'll do like, you know, A flat first inversion instead of going to C, or with an add 9 or something. I also like to use, like, I love flipping between major and minor 4. So to do like, I think that's a John Powell thing too. So it'd be like first inversion F to minor F. So major 4 to minor 4.
Ah, I see. Like this.
Yeah. But you're doing the fancy version. Whatever. I forgot we're both like jazz guys, so.
People think I am. I'm really not.
No, I don't believe you, dude. You are.
But yeah. I think I have this severe. Maybe I'm not a purist. I can't sort of. I like jazz chords to put. I like to put jazz chords into this kind of, you know, simple, you know, music and make it feel like it's a little bit fancier than it is really. But I'm not like a purist by any means.
Well, I can test you. I as a non-jazz person, how does this chord make you feel? What? Yeah, you like that chord. Don't lie to me. You know exactly what that is. That's the John Williams Clash. It's A flat over D7.
Ah, I was close.
Yeah.
I like that.
He uses that
again,
in like.
I like polychords. I like this stuff. Actually, this one.
Yeah. That's another John Williams one, right? Where he'll do like. Does he do that in what's it? That's the major version.
I mean, it's just like it was just like a C sharp major over C major. So the most dissonant clash you can possibly think of.
He'll flip it too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Sometimes do the flip. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I do. What was that?
F sharp over G.
Oh yeah. Oh, I also love the do you ever play with quartal harmonies, like
No,
fourths?
I don't. No, not as much as I would like to.
They're interesting. They're really interesting. 'Cause I didn't used to until I got really into the Breath of the Wild soundtrack,
Yeah.
and it's all over that soundtrack. Like you can take a melody, and if you just harmonize it using fourths for the most part, fourth voicings, you can like totally reconfigure how it sounds. Like Mary Had a Little Lamb could be like.
That's really hard on piano.
Yes, it is hard. It's probably a lot easier on guitar.
It is, because you have these kind of voicings. You know, they kind of look the same.
Yeah. Because it's mostly just one finger on the guitar, right? That'll give you the fourths for the most part.
Kind of, I don't know. It makes more sense because it's more logical to see. On piano, it's kind of difficult because guitar is a shape-driven kind of instrument, and once you learn that, it's the same for every key. So you only learn it really once. But with piano, you kind of have to know.
It's not fun on piano. It's not fun at all. It's easier in a MIDI roll, I guess. You could take that and move it around. Yeah, but it is kind of fun, though. And because, you know what's cool? Like, I don't know if you're a Jacob Collier guy, but he talks about, like, the circle of fourths as being darker and the circle of fifths and fifths being brighter. Like, if you contextualize, like, what would you do? Something like... That's a lot brighter sounding than, like... It's even though it's both like major harmony, that like his idea is like that the fourths actually tend to be darker, especially when you stack them up. Like that's darker than like.
Yeah, it's really.
You know.
Yeah, it is really dark.
So it's like not major minor. It's about like the intervals.
Because you have so many I mean, I guess eventually you have the same accidentals, but in different order, right? Because it would be.
They're like tighter together.
But fifths are beautiful. Like I think for me it's a very bright kind of sound, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Because like for example, this is essentially just basically like a C6-9. While if you do it with fourths, this kind of becomes C minor 11.
And that like totally, I found it so interesting because it changes. Like you don't just think of major for bright and minor for dark. You can think of like the actual way it's voiced in some ways, or even like chord progressions too. That like the flip of a 5-1 would be like minor 4 going to 1.
But that's really common, isn't it? It's it's the sound of nostalgia to me. Doing like
right, yeah. Like minor 4 is like a you know.
I would do. My personal preference is like in the key of C, doing like a D minor 7 flat 5, which is essentially a minor 4.
Yeah.
But there's so many different ways to see this. That could also be some kind of C augmented.
Yeah.
It's not that different from this. I mean, I guess you have the fourth.
Yeah, and one sounds kind of mystical too, right? Like when you do. Or like versus like one. This is it almost does, I guess, kind of lean mystical a little bit depending on how you use it. Or like holy. I tend to think, I guess, of fourths as like being more holy, like because it's the amen thing. It's the or whatever. It has like that churchy thing, you know. That's where I'll use like where you use the diminished. That's where I'll do that. That's where I use that chord.
Ah, cool. I never do that.
It's cool as heck. It's very climactic.
Because I'm a jazz guy, which pretends to not be. I do it over the fifth. I would do it over G.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
D minor 7 flat 5 over G, which becomes
Those are the
some
best.
kind of-
I think of those chords as like, I always call them like Elton John chords, because I feel like he always, you know what I mean? He always does it. It's always the 4 over the 5. It just always has that kind of like.
yeah, this kind of ramps, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah,
But you
I
can-
do that all the time.
You ever try to use those chords and go through like the circle of fifths through stuff like that, like non-major minor, because it's really cool.
What do you mean?
Like you take one of those, so you do like, because that has like such tension to it, like it wants to go somewhere, but you can, if you perpetuate it, you do like this would go here, like F to C,
Yeah.
right? But the G would go to D.
Yeah.
So so you can take those chords and keep them. It's basically the circle of fifths using non-major or minor chords. Like if I didn't do the voicings, it would be like. Like John Williams does that with not that kind of chord, but he does it with like a G with a D.
With this one.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so cool because it's like so simple. It's literally just the circle of fifths. But it's like, you know what it is? I use that stuff for wandering, like for underscore. Like when you don't want the harmony to be as like foundational. You want it to feel more abstract.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's no apparent link to the chords, right? Because I mean, it's hidden.
It's more narrative, I guess, because of that. When I got older, I got more interested in like not the music that was like the really cool, but I got more interested in all the stuff in between that like leads up to it. And it's so interesting because it's hard to write that stuff, like all the little, like the less interesting stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's very, I mean, and plus everybody kind of likes to do it differently, you know, and every now and then you find these cool little things in like, I don't know, I would go back and maybe listen to the Yellow Jackets and bands like that, you know, and to find cool little devices like that.
I don't know the Yellow Jackets. What kind of music do they do?
It's kind of jazz fusion.
Oh, you're a jazz guy.
No, I'm not a jazz guy.
Set yourself up.
Guy.